Hi, I'm Ifetayo, and on this YouTube channel, I teach yoga for emotional intelligence, self-care, and personal development. So if you're new to my channel, you're probably wondering two things. What the heck is yoga? And why do I need to be practicing yoga, if at all? And honestly, I would have the same question. So hopefully in this video, I can shed a little bit of light on what yoga is and how it can help you transform your life. But before we get into it, in the comments, let me know if you've practiced yoga before, what you know about yoga, what you've heard about yoga, or what comes to mind when you think about yoga. So first of all, there are a lot of definitions about yoga. In yoga text, yoga means union between the mind, body, and spirit. But your regular everyday person is going to be like, okay, and what the heck does that mean? Honestly, yoga really is a practice that seeks to align you with the highest aspect of yourself. This means developing moral and ethic character, as well as helping you to control your mind so that you can control your actions. Overall, this means becoming a better person and the best version of yourself. This is what yoga seeks to align you with, the highest aspect of yourself. According to one of the most famous yoga teachers on the planet, Deepak Chopra, the purpose and goal of yoga is to free you from suffering. Obviously, our thoughts cause us suffering when we're overcritical of ourselves. Our actions cause us suffering when we do things that we know are not good for us, or we have patterns and behavior that are detrimental to our overall well-being and our success. And overall, we can free ourselves from suffering when we develop self-awareness. And that means we're expanding our awareness. Now, a yoga practice honestly is all about self-awareness. You have to be self-aware of how you're breathing. You have to be self-aware of what your body is doing. That's how you develop self-awareness. Now, I've studied yoga philosophy for a while because this had the biggest impact on developing me as a person and developing my character. And one of my favorite teachers' names is Shyam Ranganathan. And what he teaches is that the purpose of yoga is to practice yoga to practice your own sovereignty, 2, to challenge yourself, and to 3, own your own choices. Now, all of those things, devotion to sovereignty, challenging yourself, and owning your own choices, all mean sort of the same thing. It all means that I'm taking personal accountability for my life. I'm willing to challenge myself to be a better person, and I'm willing to devote and commit myself to developing myself. This means that if I have a pattern and habit of yelling at people every time I get emotionally upset, that means I need to challenge myself and make decisions that help me to no longer scream and yell at people when I'm going through emotional ups and downs. And this is a practice of personal sovereignty because it means I have control of myself, I have control over the way I think, I have control over my actions and behaviors. This is personal sovereignty. Yoga is a practice of devotion to your personal sovereignty. Now, how does yoga actually help you to devote to your sovereignty? One is through developing self-awareness. You use yoga postures as a way to observe yourself. Observe what comes up for you, meaning what thoughts are you having? Observe how your body is moving. Because the overall goal of yoga is devotion to sovereignty, meaning owning your own choices and challenging yourself, all the different aspects of yoga help you to achieve this. Now, there are 8 different aspects of yoga, which all fall under the umbrella of what yoga is. And we call these the 8 limbs of yoga, the 8 different aspects of yoga. But for the sake of this video, we're not going to get into all 8 because that would be a little confusing. One of the aspects of yoga is yoga philosophy, and this is how we expand our perspective on life and our experiences, and we develop our character by introducing new ways of thinking. Second is yoga asanas, and these are the actual postures of yoga. And each of these postures has a psychological benefit, an emotional benefit, as well as a physical benefit. The other aspect of yoga is pranayama, which means breath control. This means that if I'm frustrated, I know that I can use my breath to calm my emotions and re-regulate myself so that I'm not going off on everybody, slashing tires, throwing knives at my man, all those things. We don't need to be doing that. That's what pranayama is for. And the other aspects of yoga are withdrawing your senses, which means not being overstimulated, maybe by social media, outside voices, all those things. The other aspect is concentration, learning how to concentrate and focus on the things that are most important for you in your personal development, as well as meditation. And meditation is the practice of having control over your thoughts. And the other aspect of yoga is observation and reflection. Now, if you're going to make any changes in your life, you have to be able to observe yourself as well as reflect on how you're moving in the world and reflect on your thoughts, your emotions, as well as your behaviors. Now, I bet that was not at all what you thought yoga was or what yoga is about, but overall, yoga is really about aligning with the highest aspect and version of ourselves, developing our character, challenging ourselves, and being devoted to our personal sovereignty, which means owning our own choices and being in control of the decisions we make in this lifetime. Now, I will be posting another video on how yoga actually works to do these things, but this is just an overall basis of what yoga is and what the purpose of yoga is. If you liked this video or thought it was helpful at all, please leave a like, comment, share, and ask any questions that you have. I'm always here. I'm happy to answer them, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.